Two words. Thank you. Those were the words that Cody Rhodes echoed to Stephanie McMahon on Raw this morning over here in the UK. But the question remains, was Stephanie the one that Randy has been talking to? Well, we'll get into this and a lot more as an action-packed Raw from the home of wrestling, Madison Square Garden, and lots of WrestleMania palpitations happened on Raw this week, and we're going to start right there with Cody. Comes out to MSG, and Stephanie come out to a little bit of a remix of her songs, which was nice. That the fans love Steph, by the way, and Cody was surprised to see Stephanie there, which was good, and but she did say that she was in the building that her grandfather built. And then, of course, the signature line from Cody, what do you want to talk about? Um, and she wants to talk about WrestleMania and Randy Orton. And more specifically, Cody's not gonna like what Stephanie has to say. And Stephanie says, Cody, you're not like your father. And this version of Cody Rhodes cannot beat Randy Orton. And then Rhodes doesn't like that, as you can imagine. He goes on a bit of a rant and says, he may not be his father, but she isn't hers either. Ooh, I'm not sure. Well, actually, She might not mind that so much, given everything that's happened. And then she slaps Cody quite a few times, actually. And she's out here because she cares about him. And she tries to walk away, and that's when Cody says thank you. And then Stephanie smiled a bit like, I wouldn't like to say a bit like her father, but when your son does something, your kids do something that make you proud. She done that, and I just wonder whether that's lit a fire in Cody that perhaps she thought he needed, or is Stephanie, because we know the history of Stephanie and Randy Orton. There's been a lot of history over the course of WrestleMania. WrestleMania 25 was no different when, Randy, I mean, punted her in the head during the build up to his match with Triple H at 25, and Triple H then broke into his house, if you all remember. But this was a hell of a promo from Stephanie, and I think it was quite effective of what she was trying to do. But questions still remain. What is going on? Why Stephanie? Was she the person Randy's been talking to? She mentioned families. There's more than one royal family. Well, yes, McMahon is obviously a big family name in wrestling. So was she the person? Who knows? That's a question we're going to have to see. Straight away now we go to a street fight for the World Tag Team Championship between the Usos and the Vision. LA Knight on commentary on this. The Usos coming out to a remixed version of "It's Just Me Us," but it's just us is the song now, and well, there you have it. This was way too short for what it should have been. Yes, we saw tables. Yes, we saw chairs. Yes, we saw kendo sticks like we would in any street fight for a championship. But it was kind of like it should have been a lot more than what it was. And the victory, who ends up actually get the victory here, because I Show Speed gets involved in this as well. She pulled over the barricade. LA Knight gets involved in this. That there's a shot to Jimmy with the knuckles from Logan Paul, and Theory pins Jimmy to win the World Tag Team Championships. The victory does nothing for them, in my opinion. This mattered nothing. I don't quite know. Like, the victory feels so hollow, but that may have been done maybe by design from the WWE. I don't know. Where do we end up at WrestleMania here? Are we ending up with I Show Speed with them, LA Knight with them? Is that where we're going? I tell you where we will be going. We won't be going to WrestleMania with Braun Breaker. That's something we now know, and we'll go into the reasons why in a minute. We'll get into it. But is that going to be a WrestleMania match? Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed against LA Knight and the Usos? Is that how far WrestleMania has dropped? That is a match fitting of the showcase of the Immortals? I don't want to see that. Put that on a Raw. Put that on a SmackDown. I don't want to see that on the grandest stage of them all. If that's, of course, where we don't, I'm only speculating at this point. But the WWE is now using WrestleMania as more of a let's bring as many streamers and as many, sort of big streamers. Fucking Bevo will be next for those of you that know who he is. I don't understand it, and I don't know if that's where we're going. But anyway, we now move to promo between Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vacchia. This will be a good match at WrestleMania. And you know what? Like Liv Morgan kept it simple. It's pretty simple, she's done for, bitch, basically. Yeah, she wasn't happy that Stephanie put her hands on Dom. Too scared to face her one-on-one, the usual, stuff. Liv Morgan then says something about Stephanie's mum in Spanish, and that brings out Stephanie Bakira, and you can imagine it all kicks off at ringside between the two. However, that brung out Roxanne Perez, the returning prodigy, comes to ringside, and she held Vakir in place, allowing Liv to hit Oblivion. I'm really looking forward to actually that match at WrestleMania. That will be a really, really good one. Liv's been on a tear for a long time now. Stephanie's still probably one of the best female wrestlers in the WWE right now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. The program was great, to the point, solid, simple, effective. That was good. From that, we go to the Women's World Tag Team Championships, which is the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax, Lash Legend against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. This was great until the end. We knew what we were getting with this. We know where this is going at WrestleMania. It's going to a fatal four-way. We know that. We knew that this match wasn't going to end as with a clean victory. We knew there was going to be outside interference from the Bella Twins and from Alexa and Charlotte. The match until we got to that point was great. It really was great. I really enjoyed it. And, it just felt lazy because we know where it's going and it's just so obvious. And I didn't like that. I enjoyed the match. I thought the match was great. Nia and Lash are a really good team. I'm actually enjoying them two as a team, and I feel that they could do something. Bailey and Lyra are a good team as well, and the match itself at Mania will be fine. But it was so lazy and predictable. We know it's just, you were just waiting for it to happen. And then when it did, you're just like, it's a real shame that they can't think of innovative ways to do more things. However, next thing we know, the beast, Brock Lesnar. See, this is kind of the good thing. So over the last couple of weeks, obviously, Obafemi's been getting the better of Brock. And, you know, Paul Heyman has even mentioned it, but he's caught Lesnar off guard every time, and he wants Obafemi out here now. No, out comes security, out comes Adam Pearce, and you kind of know where we're going with it because Oba come out, he destroyed security. Adam Pearce gets in the way. Obafemi pushes Adam Pearce out the way. They get to go face to face. Out comes Triple H, and he separates it. Hey, Triple H getting involved sells this match to be huge, and it is going to be huge at WrestleMania. It's one of the really only slim matches that I'm looking forward to. I think with just that Triple H involvement as well, it's even stepped up a bit further because it's got Triple H out of the commentary desk. It got him out into the ring. People can say it was to feed his ego, MSG, and all of that sort of stuff. But that has elevated this match even further. And I'm really looking forward to it. Security guard got on the wrong end of an F5 as well, just for shits and giggles. In this, which I again really enjoyed. It's not going to be a long match at WrestleMania. It's going to be quite quick. Whether or not Brock catches Obafemi off guard at WrestleMania and picks up a victory, who knows? That could happen. It could happen indeed, as much as Obafemi could also beat Brock Lesnar there. In the Continental Challenge, Open Challenge. So every sort of mid-card championship now seems to have an Open Challenge attached to it, um, which I find a bit silly. If I'm totally transparent, I'm not a fan of these constant. The US Championship had it. I think it's John Cena when he had. No, it wasn't Cena. I can't remember if someone done the Intercontinental Challenge, Open Challenge before, but it's always been kind of synonymous with the US Championship. So to do this right now, it's getting a bit laborious. It's a little bit like triple threat matches. We need to see them every week. Um, this was good though. Penta and Kofi done it. It was a tremendous match, and these two great chemistry, sort of lucha style match in there. Really enjoyed it. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, I want to see him fight again. That's where I wanted. That's where I was going with it. It was so much fun, and you do miss Kofi Kingston and the amount of good that he does. I know he's part of the New Day still. That's never really been the same when they kick Big E out. Um, we can't figure out just how good he still is. He's brilliant, Kofi. Penta's fantastic, but it was what Penta said after this that got my eyebrows a ticking. Penta said that he is going to WrestleMania and he will be defending the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. Sign me up. Thank you very much. Looking forward to that. That will be a really good match. I don't know who's in it yet, but it's going to be a hell of a contest, and I'm very much intrigued into that, and I can't wait to see who is in that ladder match. There was also a good video package with Finn Balor and Dom Mysterio. Cementing their match at WrestleMania as well. Finn's going to basically destroy what he started in this, and he regrets basically turning Dominic Mysterio into a man in a lot of ways, which was a good promo from Finn. Dominic just was Dominic, really. In it, it wasn't really much else to it. He done that during the commercial break, Dom, from what I heard. But Finn's promo was nice, and I'm looking forward to the Finn Balor babyface run. I really am. I thought it's going to be a really good one. And Finn's a great. He should have been a more. He should have won the world. I know he did win the world championship, but you know what I mean. He should be world heavyweight champion. Um, Paul Heyman's back. He put over Theory and Paul for winning the tag titles. And Adam Pearce has asked Heyman if he's checked his email. Said there's nothing Pearce can tell him that he doesn't already know. And that all the charges against Seth have been dropped. And Heyman acts like he knew. They carried on. Pearce told Heyman that Rollins is medically cleared to compete. And at that point, Heyman's face changed as Seth's music hits. He hops the barricade with a chair. He clatters Heyman with Zed chair. And then he sets up the stomp. And at that point, someone pulled Rollins out of the ring. Because I couldn't see who it was, I instantly said, "Oh, it's Braun Breaker." But it wasn't. It wasn't Braun. It was Gunther that pulled Seth Rollins out. He absolutely annihilates Seth on the outside of the ring. He chokes him on the announce table and points up to the WrestleMania sign. The ring general Gunther and Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I was pop in for that big time. It's going to be a great, great match. Listen, it probably wasn't going to be that way. We are probably not going to get that match at WrestleMania. We probably know what we was looking at getting, but we are getting it. So in this case, you just have to accept it. I'm accepting it. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait for it. So that will be a really good match at WrestleMania. And Gunther, we kind of knew he was sitting on the wayside, wasted for a long time. So it was, I suppose, a case of we kind of need you as a backup. So we're holding you off, holding you off, holding you off. Braun isn't going to make it. Now go and kick crap out of Seth. And he did. So great, great stuff. We then moved to Io Sky against Raquel Rodriguez. I was quite surprised by this because Raquel beat her clean-ish. When I say ish, Kairi Sane and Asuka gets involved in this. They started walking to the ring. Um, this bit where Raquel knocked Kairi Sane off the apron accidentally, and then it built up to the Tejada bomb and Raquel victory. It was a good TV match. The only thing I would say was I don't think this match kind of being the main event of Raw. There's obviously another bit, but in terms of matches, that was the main event of Raw and MSG. Not quite sure. It could have had a Penta there. Could have had Penta and Kofi there instead. Probably would have been a lot better to do that than to have this one there. I suppose when you take him on the roller coaster, it was probably right, but I don't necessarily think it was right to have it done. Just my opinion, of course. Right. Obviously, we were going to get to one bit of Raw, which we know what we was going to get. This was Roman Reigns. This was CM Punk. They were talking again. Uh, Punk, well, this time was power walking to the ring. He was taping his fists. Reigns looked a bit, what's going on? As the Raw GM, Adam Pearce, and security again rushed to ringside. Reigns did try to powerbomb Punk through the commentary desk. Punk escaped. Sets up a GTS. Reigns escaped. Both men are separated for a while. Pete Williams got speared into next week by Roman, but as he does that, Punk then drops him with the GTS and power bombs Reigns through the commentary desk. Thankfully, there wasn't a lot of talking or no talking really. They got straight to the point, no need for words, straight into fighting. That's where we needed to be after a lot of weeks of back and forth. And that was a good way to end Monday Night Raw this week as well. I really enjoyed that bit. That was really, really good. It was hit and miss again, Raw. This week it's been hit and miss for quite some time now. No real changes there. Um, but nevertheless, 2 weeks away, WrestleMania. Cannot wait for that. That should still be good, despite the fact I'm not really looking forward to many of the matches at the minute. But, it's getting there. And maybe as we get there and we get closer, it's more fun and we start to get more excited about it. But look, solid Raw, hit and miss in places, but fair, fair, fair. And we move on. And we all move on. We got a lot of coming on Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast. So keep it locked to HTT Buckle everywhere. And until next time, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and goodbye.